Sometimes it might rain, sometimes it might snow, sometimes you might cry, be sad, you know what that's shades of a man, baby. Shades of a man, shades of a man. Sometimes you might stop, sometimes you might go. You might make mistakes, but that's just how you grow. Shades of a man, baby. Shades of a man, shades of a man.
What's up, people? It's Joaquin, your host of the Shades of a Man podcast. I know. The dreads came off, but it's me, believe me. I know what's going on right here, but it's me, believe me. And I'm your host, and yes, we are alive and we are here to do our thing. So, this is still a part of the 6th series on the things you need to drop to become a loving man. We already did lust. Oh, I could have did a whole another couple days on lust. Days, not hours, days on lust. And we did we did a noun. We did not having your lover as your opponent. And today we're going to do vengeance. And vengeance is so important and vital in a relationship. But before I jump into that, because I'll forget things and then I will never present them to you, I'm reading a book by my friend, Virtuous Single Woman, but Not Alone. And the chapter 7, it talks about love as a story, but then within the story, it goes over love. And when I read it, I really got my feelings. And I got my feelings because I didn't exhibit anything that would be love. And there was a line in there. It said, you can give everything you can have. You can give, money, clothes. You can give everything you have, but you have nothing if you don't have love. And because I'm thinking, like, I've been a giver my whole life, but I'm questioning if I ever have really, truly given love. And if I had to answer that, honestly, I would say no, absolutely not. I've shown love in spots, but I have not genuinely given love. And it's very unfortunate for me as a person to think that 52 years of life and I've never given love, and my opportunity is slipping. Anyway, so let's go over some other things, some updates. And this is just a new date because no one knows this, I don't think. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. But by the time this is aired, it's gonna be so far out. It's gonna be like day 500 maybe. But right now, I'm on day 22. Day 22. No dirty movies. No intimacy. When I say intimacy, I don't just mean sex, intercourse. I mean every part of it. No kissing, no rubbing, no grinding, like nothing. Like if you are in my life, you are my platonic friend. And that is for me. And it's for them. It's for both our protections because I don't want to ever hurt anybody ever again. And I also want to make sure that anybody that around or may have anything with way in the future, if I'm ever ready, it's genuine. It's from the heart, the heartbeat, and not the pleasure. The pleasure, the short term satisfaction, the long term, and I don't want any more pleasure. So let's rock into this poem before we set the stage for vengeance. This poem I wrote a long time ago, and it's not necessarily like the vengeance I'm going to be talking about, but it just describes like what an inappropriate, toxic relationship kind of will feel or look like. It's called demonic Cupid, demonic Cupid. Her contact was felt with friction, sandpaper rubbing my chest, scraping off my dead skin, grinding on my rib cage. The debris falling like the collapse on 9/11, making my foundation weak. So I fall. She's sly, every movement is art, vivid in detail, captivating spectators. Burning torch, Olympic summer, throwing javelins through my heart, slicing my legs and arms, decapitating my head, whole man cut up, wrapping me in plastic and freezing me, then thawing me, using tree branches and 2x4s to hang me. Shish kebabs, dangling from the fire, rotisserie, fully season my mental, making me submissive to her desires, claiming her honesty with mystery, for I was a delicacy, chewed on and swallowed, washed down with Grey Goose, disguised, digested and dropped in the toilet, flushed away, treated me like what I felt like. Shh. Poop. Demonic Cupid. Woo! That was kind of chilly right there. So why don't we want to be demonic? Why vengeance? Why don't we so demonic vengeance, like where does this come from? So I don't believe in some people are just born evil. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think we all are born with the potential to be anything. And then life starts to take over, and then we start to become certain things based on what happens to us, when it happens, how it happens, etc. And then our DNA and all that mixes in, and we go the way we go. Okay. So, in saying that, vengeance is unhealed. Vengeance is when you are unhealed. You are vengeful, I can't even say it for real. You will be mean. I'm gonna switch the word until I can say it, towards somebody when you have been hurt, when they open up something that bothers you, when you feel unappreciated, when like it's a feeling, vengeance. And it's very important that you heal so that when you go into these situations with people, you don't bring out their unhealing. And it sounds like, so let me try to explain. If you have two unhealed people, okay, and unhealed, I'm not talking about two people in healing and so let's go back a little bit. So I'm gonna back everything up so that we can understand about what needs to be done in order for things to really be the right way. If you enter any relationship, two broken people can be friends, platonic friends, and know about each other, build up a respect for each other over time, know honestly what the other person's been through, how they've been hurt, and so on. They can help heal each other because they have built up that respect through a friendship over time. Okay. Now you take two other people, they meet, it's, oh my God, he's so hot, she's so hot. They get fired up 2 weeks later, they're in the bed, and now from the sexual appetite, they are trying to learn about each other, okay, after the fact, after they're already soul tied, they're trying to learn about each other. So now you're learning about each other as you're going. And you already have this emotional thing because you had sex. So that's a problem. The reason why it's a problem is because when and if one person wants to back out, they feel obligated because they've already been intimate. So a lot of times these things go a lot further is because of the sex. Okay. Friendship. If me and you are platonic friends, I'm talking about what we've been attracted to each other. We may have talked about dating, but all we do is hang out, go to the park, go to mutual friends' houses, go to game night, maybe go to the game, but we don't go to each other's houses and snuggle and lay in bed, and we're just platonic friends. We could be that way 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Stop talking because you got a boyfriend and start talking again when that boyfriend's gone, and vice versa, right? And 7, 8, 9 years, and there's gonna be no problem. Once we engage in that soul tie, all of that most likely will change. Sometimes it could work itself out, but not too often. I'm gonna be real. So my experience, I'm not gonna put no, I'm not gonna give you no Wilt Chamberlain numbers. No, I'm not on no Wilt Chamberlain number, but I have high numbers, and I there's really 1 or 2 people, nobody initially. Sometimes time, 5, 10, 15 years down the line, you can be friends with somebody that you had a soul tie with. Because if you're not really friends, like let's be real. I'm gonna put it out there for all you. Like if you just my friend and we smashing and we just keep and we having sex or we being intimate and we're just on a friend level, right? And we still friends, right? Most likely when that person moves on into a situation, that friend is gonna be the person they call when things are not when things are not going right, like to fill that void. So I mean, that's just my experiences on both ends, being the friend and being the person that has been the boyfriend of the friend, right? You know what I'm saying? It's happened. I've been on both sides of that table. So, you know what that's about. So, but now, when I think 2 people must be in healing, even as friends, to have a successful relationship, even if they get together. But I think is way more important, and this is just my opinion, for the man to especially be healed. Because I believe that a man could prevent many of the problems that go on in a relationship if they are healed. I'm a prime example. So I can only give my relationships. And all my relationships, I'm gonna say every single one. I could have solved a lot of problems. The first 2 I couldn't have fixed. Like it wasn't no compatibility there. There was just a child there. And my very first one, first real adult living with somebody relationship. But I could have but if I was a healer, but I was broken, unhealed, young, no support. I didn't have anything to lean on to deal with this relationship from the other person's unhealedness. So it was just us cutting up each other's wounds. Because this is what happens. This is why it's important to have a man that's healed. So in definitely my last 2 relationships, if I was a healer, if I was healed, a lot of the issues would not have occurred, because a lot of issues were because I was unhealed. And when things such as insecurity, when a woman is insecure as a man, as a healed man, I become that security. See, if there's a wound there, and that wound is insecurity, and that wound is open, and something happens that triggers that wound, and I'm a healed man, I am gonna slowly through time close that insecurity in our relationship. But if I'm unhealed, that wound is not going to get closed. It's going to get expanded. I'm going to continue to open that heal because I'm in that wound because I'm unhealed. I don't know how to close that wound. And usually unhealed means I'm doing stuff in the relationship that is not beneficial for the relationship. Whether it's silent treatment, whether it's neglect, whether it's cheating, whether it's demeaning, whether it's not listening, whether it's focusing on video games and other people, whether it's sports, whether it's gambling, whether it's drinking, whether it's drug. Like there's so many things that go into the unhealed zone. And so many of those things could affect insecurity. Vital that us men get healed. And I'm saying the word heal, like heal, like I'm healed. I'm not healed. So this is the problem is we don't even talk about being healed. Like when you hear men talk about, oh, I need to heal. I need time to heal. Okay. Like this is, I haven't had this encounter. I, meet somebody I like them, and a female, and they say, oh, I need time to heal before I start to talk to somebody. The respect that I have for that individual, but I'm unhealed, so I'm still pushing up on her. But there's still a level of respect. Like, oh, they need that time to unheal. That is dope. Like they recognize, they know about themselves. Right. But when do a man to say, I ain't ready, I don't want to date, my money ain't right. Like we come up with some nonsense. Some of us, unhealed men. Let's just be real. Because real men don't come up with nonsense. Like we know the difference between a real man and an unhealed. We all want to be real men. So we put that persona on as if we're real men. I'm not a real man yet. Me and God is working on that. We 22 days in of being a real man. Okay, we go, but right now I'm not a real healed, right? Healing. So that's also what I want to tell y'all. Healing is healed. Like, so healing is a lifelong journey. You will be healing forever. Forever. So no one's healed. Okay? It's not a sprained ankle. Okay? Life doesn't work that way. It's not a sprained ankle. Like you get over, like, I used to really think this, okay? When the crying was done, I was good. Because it's like you get a spanking when you're a kid. You cry, right? As soon as you start crying, right, you can play again. Right? So as an adult, I took on that same type of philosophy. Okay, I'm crying, I'm hurt, I ain't crying no more. I'm healed. No, what I did was I got over the emotional, like the extreme emotional part. And that's when that's when the work needs to be done. Like now is when I could do the work. Like now I could do the work because now like the emotional, I'm out of my relationship and I'm emotionally not attached to the relationship. I can heal. I can begin the healing process. Doesn't mean that I don't love the person no more. Doesn't mean that it doesn't bother me no more. Doesn't mean that I don't think about the situation no more. It means, but now my emotions are not all over the place. I can work on the healing process. Alone. And alone means single. Single means for me, no intimacy. Nobody thinking that at the end of my journey, they're going to be my person. This is a process that must be done alone. Now, friends, oh yes, I will have friends. And there will be there's going to be boundaries set. You want to go to lunch? Okay, we go to lunch. You want to we go, but you are not coming to my home. I am not coming to your home. We're not going to sit in the car and make out. We're not going to make out we're not going to give erotic hugs. We're not going to be talking sexually to each other. We're not going to be trying to seduce me. Those are my rules. And for any of my friends that cannot handle that, we cannot be friends, because that's what I need. And a friend is going to respect my needs, right? Because I need to heal so that I could grow, so that I could be the man that could be a healer and not a herder. I've been a herder because I wasn't healed. And I don't want to be a herder no more. That's just me. And there are probably a lot of people, and I know, because once in a while I get texts and stuff from people. Oh, you messing up. You shouldn't tell your business, and you shouldn't talk about this, and you shouldn't. This is one of the problems we have, is that we don't talk about what we're really experiencing, what we're really going through. So no one knows. Right. And me, for who I want to be better. I want to be the best that I could be. If that means I got to talk about it, I got to talk about it. Because going to therapy 1-2 days a week, for me, is not going to be enough. My relationship with God can't be on Sundays. It got to be every day. My therapy in this, my healing got to be every day. Not just on Sunday, not when it's convenient. It's got to be a process that's intentionally involved with my life on a norm. Okay, like my workouts, like everything else that I am good at. I am not good at relationships. I'm not good at healing. I am not good at a lot of things because I'm not doing it consistently. But I'm going to do this consistently. Do this podcast thing. I've been doing it consistently, just like I did my blogging. And now I'm working on me again, because I've done this. I've worked on me before, but I was comfortable. I had a lot of mistakes. And the mistake is that I didn't heal alone. I healed with someone there because I wanted pleasure. I had pleasures that I needed. I thought I needed. I had pleasures I thought I needed. I thought I needed a woman's touch. I thought I needed a woman's embrace. I thought I needed a woman near me, because a man by himself is lonely, is an offie, is can't get girls. There's all these things, and that's how society plays it. But I'm walking with God, and I've been praying that God would help me for years, and help me why can't I just like one person? Why can't I just like this one girl? Why can't I and for years, pray off and on for years. And I just got consistent with it. I was praying when I got into my last relationship on this issue, and my vulnerability in that situation is where, I think where my last girlfriend actually fell for me was because I was vulnerable. Like, I was hurting, I was vulnerable, I was open, and my mistake was that I allowed myself to start something physical with her before I was healed. And I didn't really build the respect I needed for her. So, I repeat the mistakes that I always made, flirting, doing all the dumb stuff, and then when I getting caught, now we fighting, and now I'm not comforting, and I'm not making them feel like all that vengeance. Unhealed causes vengeance, and then it's both sides. Because so whatever hurt the other person's going through, sometimes they come back at you, and now you like, oh shoot, this person just said that to me, and then it becomes this war. And it's a war of vengeance because we're not even warring with each other so much. We're warring with each other, and then all the soul ties, all those wounds. When the vengeance is not handled, when we're not healed, the vengeance comes out, and that's what happens. And that's why at this point in this stage where I am, 22 days, and I'm a little beyond the 20. Like I'm not like I I put band-aids on for a minute because I had to, right? I didn't have to, but that's what I chose to do. That's it. Let me correct myself. I put band-aids on because it's the easy thing to do. Let me be really real. It's easy to go put a band-aid on, to meet people that you don't want to be with, and put a band-aid on. Okay. And um I just had to wait, man. I needed time, right? Like so that I can move on. And for me, it's easier for me to move on if I don't have an opportunity to get the other person back. So they got to move on too. As soon as they move on, then I could go, right? I could start the healing process because now that is over. Now I can heal, and in this healing stage for me this time is friendships only. Like I could be friends with anybody right now. I could be friends with anybody because that's all I want. That's all I want. And my boundaries, the way have God has built me. I pray for this. Sometimes we pray for something. When the first couple days that I felt this way, I was like, "Yo, God, you tell me it's gonna be like this." Like when I didn't have the urge for like, I don't know if anybody's ever been alcoholic, or whatever. But like when you recall the first day where you didn't like feel like you wanted to have a drink, or you didn't want to do something like I didn't want to. I didn't feel like I needed a woman's touch. I didn't feel like I needed to be touched by a woman. Or if a woman couldn't touch me, if I could find a good, app or a good little flick, to think of something, to satisfy my urge. That didn't happen. And one day went by, 2 days went by, 3 days went by, 4 days. I was like, and then by like the weekend, I was like, man, I don't even like, I gotta stop thirst trapping. So all of a sudden, all these things I've been praying for, like to be a better man. So all I pray for is to be a better man. I don't pray for a lot of other things. I just pray that I want to be the best person I can be. That's my prayer. That's my daily prayer. I want to be the best person I can be. I don't know what that looks like. And slowly God is just pulling these things and pulling me in this direction. So I'm just going. I'm like, really? This is okay. All right. So no sex. Okay. No thinking about sex. No watching dirty movies. No stimulating yourself. Okay. No, and I just and it's like, this is what is necessary for me. It might not be for everybody. And what even makes it even better for me is I feel like, I feel like the Jay-Z song. I got 99 problems. And I'm not gonna use that word, but a woman is not going to be one. And not that I don't love women, not that I don't think women are beautiful, not that I don't want a beautiful woman. It's because I am not healed, and I'm not gonna get what I want out of the deal because I'm not healed. And they're not gonna get what they want out of the deal. Now, right now, being my friend, man, listen, you my friend. So my friend, you sick? What? But you want some Uber Eat soup? But you want pho? Like You close to me, I'll deliver it. You know what I mean? You're on the side of the road. What? I'm coming for you. You need somebody to hang out with, talk. What? It's 3 a.m. You got a crisis. You call me. I'm up. I'm a bad friend. I'm a bad friend. Bad meaning good. I'm a good friend like that. And I think that a lot of my friends will tell you that when the time comes, I'm gonna step up for them. I'm gonna be there for them. If I'm your friend. Now we just know each other. That's a little different. But if you're my friend and we establish that you're my friend, and you're getting a text from me, hey, checking up on you, I miss you, love you, then you're my friend, and I'm gonna do those things. And friend doesn't have a gender on it. Okay, friend doesn't have a gender on it, and so this is gonna allow me to heal. So I am not vengeful. I don't display vengeance. Um, how long does it take? There are a lot of questions that can't be answered. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know. Like, that is up to God right now, from my perspective, of how long it's going to take me to no longer be vengeful. Because I will be vengeful if I don't heal, because I have scars that, if open, will cause me to be vengeful. I could hurt somebody else, which could trigger their scar, and then they can do something back to me, and then I'm vengeful. All right, so it's an ongoing back and forth tennis match of events in a relationship, and you want to be the comfort. You want to be your partner's comfort, right? And I would say I want to be more of my partner's friend than their lover. I've never been like really a friend to any one of my girlfriends except the very, 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 very first one. I was a friend first because I was trying to get with her for so long. And then it all changed. And then I became a sex chaser. Like, I was chasing the sex with the hope in my mind that, oh my God, this girl's so beautiful. She could be the wifey. That was like this. Every time somebody was dope and she got a good job, it was like automatic, wifey material, wifey material. This is bling, 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 bling. But I never did this part. This is the part I never did. Ready? I never did this part. What does the good husband look like? What does the man that gets that woman look like? Now I'm not talking about physical, because physical, I did that. I got to the gym. I got my body right. I was thirst trapping, boom, doing all this, taking pictures half naked, doing all this stuff to attract women. Probably none of them I wanted, right, at the end of the day, because if you're falling for that, to fall for a relationship, it's probably not the relationship you want. You just want some sex. And that's what I was throwing out there. And it wasn't working. And I remember I took a picture on my last vacation with my shirt off, and I posted it. And then I remember looking at it one day, right? And I was like, yo, that's a thirst trap, yo. I'm out here. I said, I got to stop that. I'm not taking no more pictures with my shirt off. I'm not doing, and this is before, like, this is like not months, but maybe like a month before. Like, so this whole process wasn't like just on a day. Like, I've been doing this for years, and when I realized that, like, my relationship was at severe jeopardy, and I needed to do something, desperately, was when I went on a podcast. I don't know, 2 years, almost 2 years ago now, right? Maybe longer than that. I don't know when I went on a podcast, but I went on a podcast and we were talking about, like, relationships and, like, how You show your partner you love them and everything. And I get on things and I start talking the truth, right? And I think I like shared it live, and my wife at the time watched it. And I got home and she started talking to me about the podcast, and she was listening to everything I said in the podcast, and I was like, yo, I, I don't be listening, like we don't be talking, because how we in the same household and you don't like she was getting information about me off a podcast, and I and to try to hold everything together, I started trying to go to a lot of men's groups, trying to do, trying to I'm trying to better myself, but the relation that it wasn't better in a relationship, because I needed to do the bettering of myself before I got in a relationship, and then we need to better ourselves together. It's gonna be some stuff separate, but I just my approach was just a love. Now I look at it now. Um and sometimes you're like into something and you realize it's not good, and you just don't know how to fix it. And I'm a fixer. And one of the problems with a fixer, somebody that wants to solve everything, is that a lot of times, there are times where we make things worse trying to make it better. And I definitely made our relationship worse by trying to give solutions, because sometimes they come out vengeful. They come out like vengeance, when you start to open up a wound that somebody is not ready to open up, and they don't feel comfortable with you because you haven't built up that trust, because you haven't built up that friendship. And the only time you guys are okay, kinda, is when you're sexual, but you're messing that up because you got a crazy sexual mind. So there's no safe space of the relationship. It's just a relationship, right? And it seems that you just don't care for them, you don't like them, and if it's toxic, unhealed. So, quick recap: we have lust, L, O, the only noun, opponent. So these are the things you got to drop in order to be in a loving relationship. Lust. And drop means that you have to be aware that you have a problem. We all have lust, every single one of us. Some people's lust never affect their life, even though it's there. Other people's runs their life. Mine was running my life. 22 days free. I feel like I need in 30 days I need one of those I got some big wide coin. On 30 days I'm gonna post myself with my big wide coin that they won't give me no product for, because now they use the app. But I'm gonna still post it like 30 days clean, no lust. But there is lust. It's just that it's not controlling my day. It's not controlling my life. Like I'm good. Like I see like example. I would be scrolling, right? This is how it lust, and then I'm gonna go to the next one. I'm scrolling, see a cute somebody showing off a little bit too much. I don't know who they are. If I know who they are, I already seen it all because I already looked at it, right? Oh, she was this. Boom. Go on their profile and then try to see how nasty they are, how much skin they're gonna show. Do they have a link page? Do they have Snapchat? Do they have TikTok? Do they have X? I actually deleted Twitter or X from my phone because X is like Pornhub. So if a girl had X, you knew she was getting naked, like almost like if she was using X all the time. So it's like, you've now delete it, don't have X, don't see the stuff. But now I see the picture and I look, she's pretty, and I keep it moving. Control. Then we go to opponent. You don't want your girl to be your opponent. You don't want your husband, your man, to be your opponent. Okay? At no point in time. You guys always want to be teammates working together for the same common goal, and and that takes practice. You have to go through practices to get to that point. Okay, and then today was the V, vengefulness. You got to give up vengeance. Okay, and vengeance doesn't come just because you want to go to war. Vengeance comes from unhealed situations that get triggered in the relationship, and then we act vengeful towards one another. And the solution for this problem is to have healed people. And especially, in my opinion, the man needs to be healed, because a man should be the safe space for that woman. And the woman should be the safe space for the husband too. But I'm saying the man because I know I was not a safe space. So I'm biased to us men. I'm going to be harder on us men all the time because I was wrong all the time. So I'm sorry, men. You want to go blame your woman for everything that has happened in your relationship, you do that. I'm not doing it. I'm taking my accountability. I was wrong. I could have made it much better. Doesn't mean it would have worked out, because I might have said, no, what? I can't deal with you. But if I was 100 and on point with everything I'm doing, I don't think that would be the case. That's just my honest opinion. All right. So we got some more good stuff. We're about to wrap this show up. But I'm gonna work on my background, right? Because right now it's all about content to me. It's all about me giving you guys good information that you could take and use, pass it on to people. And I hope this starts the chatter, like, for people talking about this, because this is a part of mental health. Getting broken down in relationships, breaking people in relationships is a part of mental health. So we really need to get on this right here. But we got some great things coming up, because we're only halfway through, right? We got the I, independence. Got to give up some independence. Some people look at that crazy, like, I ain't giving up my independence. I'm an independent woman. Got to give up some of that independence in a relationship. And then we got the N, cannot be neglectful. Yeah, you can't be. Gotta drop that neglectfulness. And then the last but not least is guilt, which I think is the most powerful one. At least in my case, it's the most powerful one. But what's even better than that, I got a licensed therapist coming in the house as well. And the therapist is going to give me some therapy. So you guys got to have an opportunity to see me get walked through a therapeutic session or two with a lot of these issues that I've brought up on multiple occasions. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Also, it's very important, make sure you are taking care of yourself. Make sure you are trying to become a better person, right? If you're not there yet, all right, tune in, look up more resources. Send me a message, right? Like I said, we can kick it. We can chat about this. I'm very transparent, very open to discussions about things that I've done and how I've improved them. And it's a lifetime journey. Once again, this is your host with a little fro, no more dreads, Joaquin. And you guys have a beautiful, wonderful night. And stay healthy. See ya.
Yeah. Sometimes it might rain, sometimes it might snow, sometimes you might cry, be sad, you know. But that's shades of a man, baby. Shades of a man. Sometimes you might stop, sometimes you might go. You might make mistakes, but that's just how you grow. Shades of a man, baby. Shades of a man.